This is Neil Berman for the On Button, and I'm here at the Asus booth at CES 2009. We're going to have a look at some of the more interesting products that Asus has brought along. So this is the E-Top, which is a desktop with the internals of many netbooks. So very low power machine, low power consumption, so it's fairly environmentally friendly compared to some of the higher power desktops that are out there in the world. This is running the Intel Atom M270 1.6 GHz processor, so very similar to the internals in the E netbook range. Has a pretty smart looking keyboard there, and also a mouse. And the actual main device itself, which is the screen, and also the internals of the screen, which is the actual computer itself. It's pretty reminiscent of previous generation style of Apple iMac. Actually does look pretty nice, and this is a touch sensitive device, so I'm just going to hit my Windows XP start menu here. I can open up my Windows media player here by just tapping here at the screen, and my Windows media player just opens up, and it's actually pretty immediate to just touch these tabs and start navigating around the screen. I've got a work tab, I've got a fun tab, which has access there to the webcam. In my work tab I've got some spreadsheets, I've got a document program here which is Star Suite. I can just close that by hitting the X at the top corner. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting, pretty nice device to have sort of dotted around the home. It can do actually quite a lot of useful tasks. I can Skype on this, I can write documents, I can surf the web, and when you want to put it away or not using it anymore, you can just pick up the keyboard, come around to the back of the screen where this neat little holder is, and I can just slot it right back in there, and that's a really nice storage solution for how I'm going to keep my house clean and tidy when I'm not using this computer. Now let's walk around to have another look at some of these other designs that Asus has brought here, and in particular we're going to look at a concept that's called Fold Unfold that Asus has brought from its design department. And the Fold Unfold concept is interesting because it takes the notebook concept and really turns it into a real book. So I guess taking the idea of origami here, we've got a notebook that simply folds out of a kind of child's book coming out of a school bag. So this is a pretty interesting idea, and you can imagine someone just opening up one of these on a school desk straight out of their school bag. Pretty interesting concept. Hope that one comes to market, but these are just design concepts at the moment. Now, Asus really made a big name for itself in the netbook space, and of course they've brought a huge amount of notebooks and netbooks here. So these are some of the higher power ones. Let's walk over to some of the I guess now we can say more traditional, because it's been over a year since netbooks have been out. We'll have a look at some of the more traditional netbook style machines. So Asus has kind of moved it up a notch here with the S101, which is out at the moment, and this is a really slim machine. Looks a lot smarter than the original EPC, and really kind of takes a step up on the fashion ladder for the netbook design concept. Here I have some more EPCs that are currently out there on the market already. And Asus really does have so many of these in its range now. It can be a little bit difficult to distinguish one from the other, but I guess they're really trying to fulfill all the niches in the market at the moment. Again, this is the S101. Really does look very smart. Look good taking that out of any bag. What we have here is the E-Stick, which is an interesting accessory that's very similar to the Wii Nunchuck. Has various control buttons around. It surfaces and allows control of gaming. That's a pretty interesting add-on for your EPC. think it would be really fantastic if you could actually use that to control your mouse pointer as well. Time will tell. So that is a roundup of what Asus has brought here in the netbook and nettop space, and the E range continues to grow. This is Neil Berman for the Unbutton, and that was Asus CES 2009.